What do you think? Just a touch of bleed over up here, but honestly, I don't think you'll see it. You can kind of see it in the camera, but it actually looks worse on the camera right there in this corner than it does in person. So you'll notice I did this in gloss black, so I wanted it to kind of stand out just a little bit. And so we've got that going for us. Now we've got these parts here that we have to do something with, and I have an idea for that. Give me a second. So this is called Helping Hands. I've had this thing forever. I don't know where the other one of these are. Let's see if I can find it at some point. I mean, I hate losing stuff, so it's going to drive me nuts. So I've got that, and I've got some of the fun tack or blue tack. So I got tired of taking my wife's, so I decided to get some for myself. It's not expensive, so yeah. All right, so I'm going to keep this so I can put it back in there, and I just need a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this. I'm just going to stick a little bit on here, right? We'll put a little bit on here. All right, so that's going to hold us over. There goes the dryer. I wonder if you guys heard that. So that'll hold us over for a little bit. We can stick this back here. So let me show you kind of real quick. I'll glue this on here after a while, but this will be going on like that. So I like the contrast, and so come on, there we go. Get that out of there. So you can tell the difference. This was the back is the natural color. That's what the color it was. There's the front, so it's a little bit darker, and obviously we get rid of all the kind of glossiness and stuff. So, and this we wanted to be glossy, so we're just going to set that over there. And we're going to cut these out. These here. So these are pretty freaking small. Just got to be careful when I cut these out. So this one is simple. And these ones, I'm going to cut them extra long because I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to cut them at. Look how tiny these little bastards are. Alright, let me put this away. I'll leave it out here because we're probably going to need to trim these up. Okay, so these things are uber tiny, but we're going to be painting these. Alright, let's have a look here. Whoa, these things are too freaking small. Where? So somebody told me today, and that somebody, you know who you are, told me that I have big old ham hocks. My hands are like ham hocks. So you know who you are. Die. And you're not wrong. Alright, so now that I've gotten these off of the sprue, I can kind of tell the way they're supposed to be. So I'm going to hold these gently in my forceps. And then, man, I really need to go, I should really go get my reading glasses. This is ridiculous. Right, then I can just nip off that back end. Oh, you used the wrong end. Alright, there's one. Dink. Get this other one in here. There we go. Get those two little little shavings off. Okay, so we've got these two little pieces, and I had an idea how I was going to paint them, but I don't see that happening. They're just way too small. I think that I'll be lucky to get anything on them. So I'm just going to stick them right there. And take this one, stick it right there. Okay, so now what we need is a micro brush, because we're talking about some tiny stuff here. Imagine coming in with a regular paintbrush full of paint. That'd be ridiculous. Okay, so my idea originally was, and these are so small that I don't think it's going to matter if I primed them or not. So I can't get close enough to even see these things. Oh, there we go. The old jewelers. I don't know if you guys ever seen these. There we go. I can see with that one. But it's not going to do me any good. Oh, maybe. Let's see. Alright, so my thought was the bar, if you can see that. So there's a flat bar, and then the back side is a round part. My thought was to paint the round part black on both of these, and then the bar like a silver or a gray. And I'm thinking, why not give it a try? Or, because the black would blend into that, but I like the idea of the bar standing out. Yeah, so let's do that. What it is, I don't want to paint the whole thing like one color, because then the whole thing kind of sticks out. And I don't want the round part, if I can avoid it, to stand out. Okay. So, there we go. Got some paint. Probably don't need that much. Alright. Oop. I think I touched my... Maybe I didn't. I thought I touched my lens. Wow. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. There you go. I'll try to get a little bit more on this one. There we go. Micro brush for the win. Okay. Now... Okay. Master. Alright. Not sure this is doing anything. I mean, this one, I think the gray kind of bled down the side. Maybe not. I definitely didn't want it to be just that tan color because that's just ridiculous. Try to get a point so we can kind of stick it on the end. All right. There we go. Hopefully that'll work. If not, always thought it should have, right? It's not working. Doo-doo. There we go. Oops. Good enough for government work. Anything more than that, and we're going to be in big trouble. And we'll try the chrome silver from Tamaya. And like all good silvers, it's separated. Let's think. Take this little bit of silver here, and I want to touch these right here because these are where the it's supposed to be light inside those. Let's see here. Not a lot that really stands out here. Especially since I painted it that color, everything kind of blends in. Let's see. Let's see if I can dry brush with this thing here. What do you think? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, babe. Anybody ever used to watch Admiral Lagasse on the Food Network? He used to say that all the time. Every time you do something like, oh yeah, babe. And I'm thinking I might go ahead and put like maybe some blue or some red or something on here, like it's different lights or something. What do you think? Fumble. Careful now. Oh. See, my left hand is really stupid. I can't really pick anything up with it. And using something like forceps with it is definitely a challenge. There we go. Oh yeah, babe. You guys can see that, right? What color should we do? Should we do a blue? There's a gloss blue that I tipped over quite a while ago. Back when I was doing the side panels in the cockpit. That was pretty stellar. Okay. Get ourselves another micro brush. I might shave off my mustache and use this micro brush to give myself a pencil mustache or something. I think my wife would beat the crap out of me if I did that. So, I don't know if you guys can see this, but put my hand up here. So you see that kind of like the square area with the silver around it? Right there, like in the middle lower section there. Well, I want to try to get some blue into that spot. It may not even stand out. I don't want to take too much blue to the party. Welcome to the party, pal. Oh yeah, that worked. Okay, so we got some blue. Should we do yellow or red? Yellow. Let's do yellow. May not even need that. Let's do yellow. Do I have yellow? I have yellow. So if you guys ever think about getting into models, they have these sets that just the generic kind of multicolor packs like that you can just pick up, and that's where this come from. I mean, depending on what kind of modeling you're going to be doing, I highly recommend picking up one of these kits, because really, honestly, you never know what colors you're going to do. I mean, if you're doing like military models or something like that, likelihood you're not going to want to use some yellows and stuff. I mean, depending on what kind of models. If you're doing planes or something, maybe you could maybe have some stuff like a cautionary or something like that. But if you were going to do, say, what do you call it, like a, I don't know, like tanks or something like that, Humvees and that kind of stuff, no, there's not going to be any yellow on there at all. But I mean, there's plenty of other types of modeling that you could do that you could use multiple colors, and you can get these multi-pack sets. In fact, I got one that's got all kinds of kind of uh, drab colors. So I'm just going to I just want, let's do a spot here. It's not even coloring. That yellow's not even yellowing. Maybe I didn't bring enough paint to the party. So do one there. Do a little bitty spot up here. Come on, there we go. Little spot there. And we'll do one more right there. Just give it some extra character. Okay, so now that we've done that, set this off over here to dry. We're not going to use any more yellow. I'm not going to put any multicolors on here. I mean, it'd probably look cool if I did. Maybe in this middle section here, like if that's some sort of display, I'd do like a, see if I've got like a light blue or something. But we're going to try to let's see what we can do about dry brushing this. This is the best idea I've ever had. And I've had these micro brushes or some micro brushes like the whole time. Man, that would have made my life so much easier before, that's for sure. Somewhat hard to tell because there you go, you can kind of see there. Because it's gloss, it's kind of hard to see everything. I may have to get another stirring stick out. I kind of contaminated the last one I had for the silver. I think. A little bit messy in spots, but it's so small that I don't think you'll be able to tell. One of the things I wanted to point out is this right here in the middle, right below the brush. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks kind of like almost looks like a speaker, so I just kind of touched it a little bit and put a little bit of silver on there, so that way it can kind of show some detail. Okay, do I have any light blue? What color is this supposed to be? Sky blue. Does that look like sky blue to you? Me neither. Look how bright that is. But I imagine it comes out like that. Alright. We're good. Regardless of what color this comes out, I'm going to live with it. Right? It's not very sky blue. So one of the things is, I may have to actually... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, babe. There you go. Should we do blue anywhere else? Nah. Nah. We'll just leave the rest alone before I sneeze or something and screw the whole damn thing up. So we have that. It's still trying to dry. One tack for the win. I don't know how effective the painting of these were, but you don't know until you try it, right? Alright. So, we will need... Those out of the road. We will need some glue. That's for damn sure. Anybody read the Joe Reacher books? Actually, not Joe Reacher, Jack Reacher. Anybody read the Jack Reacher books? Mess with myself just trying to figure out what the hell I was talking about. If you don't and you like, I don't know, kind of almost like the A-team type of hero, he wanders into town and then helps people. Sometimes without them even realizing he's helping them. He just can't stand to see injustices or whatever. Jack Reacher's got to be one of the best characters ever. He ranks right up there with pretty much, I don't know, any of the characters. I know some people that like Mitch Rapp. I feel like Reacher's right up there with Mitch Rapp, and that's a bold statement, I know, Mark Jackson, but I'm telling you, he's up there. We're gonna go ahead and use another micro brush. Why not? I've got like 108 of them, or 408 of them. I'm down to like, 399 now, but I feel like that's gonna be plenty. Okay, so we're just gonna put some glue in here. We'll just put some across this back here as well. Okay. And now we can kind of do one of these. Let's get it in there before it sticks where it's at, you goofball. There we go. Ta-da. So there's that. All right. Now we've got these little things, and I think what I may do, I like to think that they're dry by now. What I may do is just grab them like this, touch them, and then try to have steady hands, put them in the hole. Gee, Christmas. So these things, and I've heard a lot of people complain when it's time to do the little seats, because you have to build the seats for the gun turrets. And I've heard people complain about those. Let me tell you, these little pieces here, those are the smallest things I've done so far. And let's see if we can get this thing off. We'll put this in the same way. All right. So we're just going to touch. There we go. And it goes right up here. Let's try to make it square. Oh. All right. We're going to let that dry. Okay, so that is done, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to let all that dry, and when we come back, we're going to probably be somewhere in the middle of part 2 of this. We're going to be working on this here. Okay, or maybe not. Wait, what are we working on? So we did the technical station, and then then we're going to work on this, right? The last thing we're going to do is put these seats on. These will be, this is going to take a while. This will be its own episode or 2, because I have some extra stuff planned. This one will be its own episode, more than likely. It'll go quick, but I have a few little extra things I want to do to this one as well. So I will see you in the next part, whether that's part 3, because maybe this one is long enough. I leave it as 2 parts as well. So this might end up being maybe 5 parts for issue 8, which I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I like to think that you want to be able to see me doing some of these extra details and stuff. So I really want to show those if that's what you guys want to see. But there you go. I'm not going to move it too much. I'm going to let that dry, and I'll see you back on the next part. Later, everybody.